Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is the Two Old Farts coming at you on this Easter Sunday. I'm Chuck.
I'm Lou. I'm the better looking of the two old farts.
Really? With your
Yep.
missing tooth, you're still gonna claim that lie.
I talked to three of my friends yesterday, and they all voted for me.
But my granddaughters voted for me.
Well, I had five. I just lied out.
Well, I was gonna say because my granddaughters outvote your lying five friends.
Happy Easter to you,
Happy Easter to you too, sir.
and to all of our friends out there. I hope you all have a great Easter and enjoy this holiday for what it's meant to be.
And if you don't celebrate Easter, we just wish you a happy Sunday.
That's right.
So it's been a few weeks since we last did our last podcast, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been, what, 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think it's been right around 2 weeks.
Yeah. So we went out and we saw, Randall King at Flores, you and your mom and Brenda. And what a great time, huh?
It was a great show, it really was.
I wasn't surprised, but I was surprised. What, three bands? The first band was okay. The second band, I really liked that second band. I don't remember
Yeah,
the
they were
name.
good.
Huh?
I said, yeah, they were good.
They were good. They put on a good show, and Randall King was just on top of it. It was really a good show, and the weather was nice.
Yeah, it was. It was not too hot, but actually it was a little bit
But
warmer
for
now,
you,
and I
it
was,
was
I was getting kind of sweaty.
you were sweating like a big dog.
I don't know what it was, man. I was sitting there, and all of a sudden I just had a hot flash or something. If this is what women go through with menopause, man, hats off.
I was going to go get you a towel for a minute there.
I thought I was going to need one too. I had to go inside to the air conditioning.
Yeah, you did. Your mom said, you better go find him, make sure he's all right.
Man,
But it
we
had
really
a
are
good
two
time.
old farts, aren't we?
Yeah, that was fun. Well, I got
It
some
was a
good
good
news.
concert.
I'm
What you get?
Tuesday will be 10 weeks with this hand. So the doctor or my physical therapist said I could start sleeping without the cast on. So as soon
That's
as I
right. I
get,
just noticed it.
as soon as I
No
get,
cast.
as soon as I get brave enough to do that, I guess probably tonight because your mom said I almost hit her last night because when I sleep, sometimes when you have sleep apnea and stuff like that, you don't sleep good. Your hands kind of go all over the place.
Kind of tossing and turning.
And with that cast on, because one time I have a hard time sleeping because I have a deviated septum. So every now and then I had to turn over that left hip and give it a break. So when I turned last night, my knee went over and hit your mom, woke her up. And then she hobbled to the bathroom because I hit her on her knee, right on that spot where it always hurts when you hit on the knee, right? So,
Yep.
but that's what makes us the old farts, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So what's been going on with you?
Man, been kind of a busy month so far. So you and I went to see Randall King on the 31st. So I think we did our last podcast right around that weekend before.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
You got a
actually
couple concerts, right?
it's been 2 weeks. So after Randall King, Brenda and I went to go see Firefall on Thursday. They're like a 70s soft rock band, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't know who they are until you hear their songs. You're like, oh, yeah, I know that song. Yeah, I know that song. Yeah, I know that song.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, they're pretty good. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Well, you're feeling better because you've been pretty down under the weather here for a while.
Yeah, I'm still, every now and then something will hit the back of my throat and I'll just gag and hack and sputter and spit and spew. But I haven't been running as good because I've been hacking. But one day last week I was able to run a little over a mile without stopping, without hacking.
Oh, that's good.
So hopefully I can get another mile and a half, maybe 2 miles in before, I can then really start to push it.
Just like all things, it takes a little time, huh? Or a lot of time.
The older you get, the longer it takes.
Yeah, I told one of my
friends. The whole thing about being old.
Yeah.
You know the whole thing about being old? What I do all night now takes me all night to do.
Yeah, sometimes I tell my friends the golden years aren't so damn golden after all. But
no, they're more like rust.
But it could be worse.
It could be. But you know what? We wouldn't know better if it was worse.
So what you got coming up in the future?
Oh, man. Concert-wise, next weekend, Mackenzie's got her D-Suites Family Day. So we're going to be in San Marcos for the afternoon.
Okay.
Then the week after that, just about in the middle of the week, there's a local band out of Austin that I like that I'm probably going to go check out. They're called The Well. And then a week after that, on a Wednesday, is an old punk band called Agent Orange. I got tickets for that. And then about a week and a half after that, the first weekend in May, is the Psychedelic Furs. Brenda and I are going to go see that. And then a week later, I got tickets to see like the first death metal band called Possessed.
Called who?
And then Possessed.
Okay.
And then the week after that is a band called Lone Star. You might remember them from the 90s.
Yeah.
Band.
It's kind of a country rock band.
Yeah. So if you're interested, you want to come see them?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. They had several hits. I don't remember too much. I know the group. I know
if you
the
heard
music.
Them, you'd know them.
Right.
But they're not going to be playing at Floors. They're going to be playing. It says technically it's in Bernie, but it's not in Bernie. It's a place called the Roundup.
Oh, okay.
It's an outdoor venue. It's like a smaller version of Floors.
Yeah, that's a good venue. I think we've been by there, or I thought we went there once before, a long time ago, or went by it.
You might have driven by it, but we have not been there.
Yeah.
I think it's under new management, and since then they've had some really good bands coming out there.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to check that out.
So after Lone Star, not even a week later, is Sepultura, Creator, and Death Angel on the 23rd. So that's going to be pretty cool, too. So May is a pretty busy month for concerts. I got the Psychedelic Furs, Possessed, Lone Star, Sepultura. They're a Brazilian metal band.
And in between that, we got to make a trip up to Shiner. Go check that out. That new barbecue place out behind their location. I just opened up.
Let me see. Shiner Brewery.
Yeah.
That is right about a 2-hour trip from the house.
2 hours each way. It's not too far. Going up.
No, not too bad.
Towards East Texas, right? In that direction, or east?
Oh yeah, it's east. It's north of Victoria. Like almost due north of Victoria.
Yeah.
So on 10, do you know where Flatonia and Schulenburg is?
Mm-hmm. You just go to Schulenburg.
It's just south of Flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just south of Flatonia.
Yeah, we got to make a trip and go up there and check that out and check out that barbecue. And what I read and hear about it is pretty good. So, Carolyn said, "Tell you hello." She went down last night, or I guess Friday night. Then took some flowers down to Papa and Granny's grave and Ray's grave, and They came back home. They had church services last night with Marsha and all of them. So,
Oh, they came up from Florida?
I'm sorry?
I said they came up from Florida?
No, Carolyn they haven't moved yet, but they bought a townhome in Phoenix City. Yeah, but
Okay. I thought you said they had moved to Florida.
Yeah, they were thinking about it, but she ended up selling her house, and they bought a townhome in Phoenix City. So I asked her the other day. I said, "I thought you said you're never going back to Phoenix City." She just laughed. So
Never say never.
yeah, say never, because you never know what's going to happen. So,
That's
well,
true.
hopefully Thursday I'll figure out what's going to happen with my snaggle tooth here. I got to go in and see the dentist and see what's going on with that.
And be prepared for them to say something about you not wearing that little flipper tooth. They're going to
Well,
say something to you about it.
I got to take that in. They're going to repair that, and so it's all good.
No, it's not, because like I told you, that the purpose of that tooth is, one, not just to make it look like you have a tooth there, but it's to shape the gum. So when they do the implant, the gum is already in the shape of like that, so the tooth can go in there. See how your gums kind of have a arch over the tooth?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because you don't have that fake tooth in there pushing the gum up there, it's not going to have that arch.
Well, next Sunday when we talk again, or next time we talk again, I'll let you know if I get chewed out.
Oh, I know you will. No, I'm going to call your dentist and say you need to chew him out because he's doing bad things.
Yeah, she's a good old Georgia girl, so she'll be all right.
Now, if it was me not doing it and I was like a little kid, what would you be telling me?
Do what?
If I was a child and not wearing the prosthetic brace in my mouth like the dentist said, what would you be saying?
Well, that's a different story.
No, it's not a different story. It's the same story. No.
Because you're my son, I can say that. You as my son can't tell me.
You're like a child, and I'm going to say something.
Oh,
You know what? I think that's going to be the title of this episode. When your parents act like your children.
things go around, don't they? You used to say the same
And
thing.
speaking of children, how was Mom after the concert Saturday morning?
She was good. Actually, she was smart. She drank her 3 drinks real quick. Then it had time to wear off, I think. But yeah, she had fun. She was in good shape. It's no hangover. Yeah. But
You know why? Because she drank good whiskey.
Yeah, we're going to get some of that. That was what? Blanco?
Balcones.
Balcones, yeah. Balcones. Is that it? I haven't had a chance to look it up. Is that a brewery there in Balcony Heights or in that area, or is it somewhere outside of Texas, San Antonio?
Well, it's a distillery. A brewery makes beer. A distillery distills alcohol. But Balcones is in, I think, Balcones, Texas. Let me see. Let me look them up real quick.
Okay.
They're in Waco.
Where?
Waco.
Oh, okay.
Waco.
That'd be another good trip to get up there. That's actually pretty good whiskey. I'm not much of a whiskey drinker, but just a couple of sips I had a good flavor to it.
You're not much of an alcohol drinker except for beer. Let's not kid anybody.
So
you've never been one to drink alcohol. You've been just like a beer person.
well, I think I told you a long time ago, back in about 64, 65, I had one of those nights coming back from downtown Omaha back to the base with the head hanging out the corridor. It lasted about 3 days. So drink a little WPLJ, white port wine and lemon juice.
That just sounds like shit.
It was. When you're an airman basic or airman first class, airman third class at that time, you don't make a whole lot of money. you bought some white port wine, mixed with a little lemon juice, and went about your business and had some fun.
There's a radio station, WPLJ.
Yeah, we call it WPLJ, but all it was white port wine and lemon juice.
White port wine
and lemon juice.
Hang on, let me look this up. It says white port, lemon juice. Let's raise a glass to drink. Was that a song?
I have no idea, but when we run out of money, that's what we drank. Those are good. We had a lot of fun when I was in Omaha. Those 3 years. And your mom and I were talking about the other day. September 1st, 1965. That's when I had the car accident.
Yeah. So I just looked it up, and it says WPLJ is another piece of American cultural history, aside from it being radio call letters. It said it stands for white port lemon juice, an adult beverage popular in California in the early 50s.
Well, it was popular in Omaha, Nebraska in about 62, 63, 64, 65.
I guess it took a while to move from the West Coast.
West Coast down to the Midwestern states, right?
Yep. It said, whatever its origin and demographic, it was a favorite drink of four men who met in late 1954 or early 55 at the Golden Dragon Club in Salinas, California, some 10 miles from Fort Ord.
Well, there's probably some of the California boys that got us started on it. But all I can remember is when we didn't have a whole lot of money, that was our go-to drink. Of course, in Omaha, they had quite a few breweries, 2 or 3 breweries there. They had Pabst and a couple others there. But it was all
some PBR.
Yeah, you can't beat a good PBR. I'm gonna tell you.
No, you can't beat a good PBR.
Hadn't had one in a long time, but that Yuengling, I'm gonna tell you, the Yuengling and the Schonebach, you can't beat them either.
I know that's about all you drink.
That's it. I buy a little Sapporo every now and then, a little Kirin, just to keep up with the history of the times we was in Japan and stuff like that. James Colson, you don't remember him, but he was one of the sergeants on my flight. And that's what he drank Kirin and Sapporo. That's how I got me started on it.
Okay.
Pretty good beer too.
I remember both of those brands.
Yeah.
I think I saw them around the house when I was little.
Probably seen it quite a bit of it. But you couldn't touch it. You just went around behind the back, didn't tell your mom or.
No, I was too young.
She would catch it. She didn't tell me.
Nah.
Yeah. But that was a good tour in Japan. We had a lot of fun.
I know I did.
Yeah, in the Scouts, and then you spoke a little Japanese. Ate a whole lot of raw fish over there.
And got sick off of that raw fish too.
Yeah, a couple of times. But that's what makes memories.
Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that fish was raw, I mean, it was just 2 minutes off the hook that we caught, that the guy was chopping it up.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I got sick. And because of that, I have not eaten fish in probably 30, 35 years. I hadn't eaten fish since then. But I'm slowly starting to eat it now. Yeah.
That's like shrimp. That one time, your mom and I were up visiting with Uncle Leonard up in Belton. So we went out, Belton Lake there. There's a nice little restaurant out there that we like to go to. So it was hot too. I want to say July or August, something like that. So we're sitting out on the balcony looking at the water and drinking beer. Of course, your mom had a few drinks and she was eating that that shrimp with your Uncle Leonard. She paid for it on the way home. Every couple of miles, I was having to stop. And, you know, your mom's funny when she gets. We still laugh about that. Your Uncle Leonard won't let her forget it.
I told you when we were at the Randall Dean concert that when Tina, my sister, came to visit me in Georgia, I was trying to get to that bottom of that bottle of mezcal to get that worm. And we had gone to Reinhardt's Oyster Bar there in Augusta, and we had oysters, crawdads, beer, and then that damn mezcal tequila. Woo, man. I was sick all weekend because I was on a Friday night. I don't think it was till probably Monday morning that that was okay. Because even Sunday, man, I was laid up.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened to me when I was in Nebraska on that night. We were drinking a little everything. WPLJ, whiskey, rum, you name it, we drank it. Boy, I want to tell you, for 3 days. It's a good thing that was a Friday night, too. I remember on that ride home, head hanging out that corridor. Some things you just don't forget, right?
Nope, you don't forget those hangovers. You may not remember the night before, but you remember the day after.
Yeah. But when you're single and dumb and don't have a whole lot of money, that's what you do. You just have fun, enjoy life,
But even when we get older, we're still dumb.
Yeah.
Just ask our wives; they'll tell you.
Then I met your mom, and she put me on the straight and narrow. Well, almost, you know.
Yeah, they try.
So, at least when she's around, right? Mm.
Mom, she's always around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is she looking at you?
Huh?
Did she just come in the room? I said, did she just come in the room?
No.
I saw you looking up.
She closed the door a while ago. I was just.
Oh.
Sometimes she might sneak over and listen a little bit. I was just checking it through the crack there.
But she doesn't even listen to the podcast. Can you believe that? Neither does Brenda.
That's what I tell her. No, she's not going to do that. So, yeah.
Our own family doesn't even listen to us, Dad. What does that say?
22 minutes, 23 minutes.
Yep, 23.
Yeah.
And about 23 minutes.
If your mom came on, she'd have to take a half day to fix her hair. That's just like when you were born.
She can just tell her to get off of camera. She can still talk.
When you were born and the water broke, you go to the hospital, guess what happened?
She had to put her makeup on.
Your Auntie Amy had to fix her hair first before she could go to the hospital. If her hair's not fixed, she ain't doing nothing.
The things women do for beauty.
Not even going to talk to you. She's funny. October will be 59 years old, so I've been lucky. She kept me around.
Yeah. 58.
1960.
58, Dad.
Yeah, 58.
65.
Yeah,
Yes.
58.
Yes.
See what happens. See what happens when you get old.
I'm not going to be 58.
Yep.
I'm 1 year younger than your anniversary.
Yep. So I didn't think that number sounded right, but my math, I forgot to use my fingers and my toes to count with there. So that gives me an excuse.
It does.
So.
Well, you know what? We should probably cut this thing short. We're kind of struggling with things to talk about, even though it's been 2 dang weeks.
I got to get out there and get on that grill and cook that sausage.
I got to get out there, too.
By the way, what kind of sausage do you buy?
I either buy Opa or what's the local one here?
Kielbasa?
Kielbasa, yeah.
Okay.
I kind of prefer kielbasa over opa, but I do like both.
Yeah, I got some opas and country blend,
Ooh, the country blend is really good.
and I got some kielbasa too. We're gonna mix it up 2 and 2.
Now, that country blend, here's what you need to do. Save the country blend and do that on another day. But here's what you do with the country blend. You cut it up into slices and cook it in a skillet in the house. And then you get you some potatoes and you cut that up into thin slivers. And you get a skillet and you heat some oil up and you throw them potatoes in the skillet, cook them up in the oil. Then at the end, you throw some onions in there. Then you drain the oil, pat it down, and have the sausage with the fried potatoes.
I have to try that. That sounds pretty good.
It is pretty damn good. Or you can make just baked potatoes, put some chili on it, and that country sausage with some cheese and sour cream.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do today with all the baked beans I made. I'm going to slice some of that. Yep, probably a lot. I'm going to slice some of that sausage up, put it in that baked beans. Boy, that stuff's good.
It is good.
Yeah. So
it is real good.
That's what I'm going to do when we get off. Yeah. Got the beans already in the oven cooking with my special concoction to put on a little honey, a little syrup, a little brown sugar, a little mustard, a little ketchup, some onions, put some bacon in there.
Sounds good.
It is good. I'll be thinking about you when I eat it.
And I'll think about you when I grill that steak.
Yep. Now we got to get together and do some more cooking here. Maybe
just invite us to the house.
Maybe do another pizza. That was some good stuff.
Or you can invite us to the house.
Well, that sounds like an idea.
All righty.
All right.
You take care.
You have a good Easter, and God bless you and Mackenzie and Brenda and her mom and all of our family and Kaylee and Erica. And have you heard more about when Erica's going to make her visit?
I have not heard anything. It should be here in another week or so.
Yeah. Maybe we can do a podcast and talk her into coming on.
I would like that, but something tells me she ain't going to want to come.
Probably. But she's doing good, though.
Yes, she is.
So, proud of both them girls.
I am, too. I'm proud of my niece, too, and her new job at UTSA.
Yep. So, all right. Well, you have a good one, and I'll think about you when I eat that sausage and beans and when I'm running outside because your mom chased me out of the house.
All right. I'll be thinking about you when I grill that steak and drink that beer tonight.
Have a good one.
All right. Love you.
Love you, too.
My love to Mom.
I will.
All right. Y'all take care, everybody.
Y'all have a good one.
You too. All right. Bye.
Bye.